We are experiencing our last surge of moisture for this week, but we'll stick around into the start of the weekend. I'll have your details coming up.
Rains rolled in this afternoon, creating slick roads. We'll give you a live look.
Another day of heavy wind and rain in North County. I'll show you what it looks like.
A storm's coming to Mount Laguna. We'll show you all things snow, wind, and if people are prepared up here.
A proposal to slow down drivers in high traffic areas.
News 8 live at 6 starts right now.
It's another weather impact alert day here in San Diego County as we're seeing more rain and wind move through. This is a live look tonight over Pacific Beach. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
I'm Carlo Chiquetta. We have team coverage tonight. Our Esmeralda Perez is in Serrano Valley near the 805, keeping an eye on the evening commute in these wet conditions. Alex Cheney is in Oceanside and Alex Lai is in Mount Laguna where the snow keeps falling. First, let's get to News 8 Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis, who has been tracking the winter storms all week long.
Carlene, how long is this going to last?
This one's not going to last that much longer. Now, we are seeing that surge right now, and actually it's starting to let up just a little bit more. So when we take a look at the radar, over the last 3 hours, we had an influx of moisture with heavier rainfall that was moving in from North County, and then now making its way towards the southeast. So that is the pattern as we go into overnight hours, becomes more isolated. So you're still seeing an active radar out there at this moment, even some snow across our mountains. So we're still seeing some showers out there impacting for La Mesa as well as Santee right along the 8, and we're going to continue to hold on to chances as we go into tonight. But as mentioned, things are going to start to calm down. So gusty winds are also out there, slick roads, down trees. That potential is there. The ground's already saturated. This is additional moisture and even some minor street flooding possible. But we're going to focus more so on the slick roads as well as reduced visibility. So it brings it down to about a mile that we're seeing for El Cajon. The same for Otay Mesa, also seeing it down to less than a mile and a half for Miramar as well as for Imperial Beach. And quite an improvement for downtown where it was down to less than a mile within the last few hours. So we do have that moisture making its way towards the southeast. It becomes lighter as we go into the 7 o'clock hour, heading into about the 8 p.m. hour. That's when things will start to calm down a little bit more. Caught up across the mountains later on tonight, adding more snow as we go into tomorrow morning. Then we dry out for the weekend. Your complete forecast is coming up. Carla, Marcella.
Seen a few. Thanks, Carlene. Now let's turn to News 8's Esmeralda Perez, who's live in Serrano Valley near the 805 as people make their way home from work.
Esmeralda, how does it look out there tonight? Is the rain making an impact? Can't tell right now if you're getting rained on actively.
We're catching right now a break from the rain, but the traffic right now is moving smoothly, but drivers are taking it slow. Take a look at the 805 here in Sorrento Valley. Now, rain this evening picked up at times, leaving roads wet. You can see there the northbound lane, cars are just driving by, no traffic at all. There's some congestion on the southbound lanes. Now, we spoke with Alondra Rios, who drove to the CBX border crossing in Otay Mesa to pick up family and now headed back to Anaheim. Here's how Alondra describes the commute. Take a listen.
Actually horrible, very cloudy, very dangerous. You gotta go really slow. Even in freeways, it's like you're driving on the street. Scary, you just gotta be careful, watch out for other people.
I've reached out to the California Highway Patrol to see if they responded to any weather-related crashes this evening. I'm still waiting to get that information. Now, in the meantime, let's go ahead and send things over to News 8's Alex Cheney, who's in Oceanside. Alex.
Hey, Esmeralda, thank you so much. So we've been here in the North County area just about all day. We're feeling some really light drizzles right now, but the rain's still incredibly strong. If you go ahead and take a look at the flagpole and some of the trees we got just flapping around out here in the wind. High surf advisory out towards the beaches today, but we caught a lot of people still enjoying the day. Take a listen. Heavy rain and wind pounded the Oceanside Pier today. But that didn't stop some people from getting outside.
I love it, actually. I think we need it. It's beautiful. I appreciate it, but the wind's a little bit much.
And of course, had to get the dog out too.
This is Reba. She's been going a little bit stir crazy at home, so we wanted to get her out a little bit before the rain really hits.
I spoke to the lifeguards near the pier off camera. They told me today's rain isn't enough to put the Swiftwater rescue team on standby, but they still patrolled the sand, reminding swimmers to be safe in strong waves and rip currents. A few friends tried to surf the waves this morning. There's a high surf advisory active until Friday night. Did you know there was going to be a high surf advisory today?
I did, but it wasn't too big. I was hoping maybe it'd be a little bigger, but it's still really fun.
Really choppy and just cold. It got big a few, you know, the sets.
One couple walking on the pier this afternoon said the gusty winds made for a noisy night.
Oh, well, it was just super windy the other day, and she doesn't shut her windows, so the blinds were just freaking going. And so I woke up and then I went back to bed.
Because with them shut, then it just rattles it and goes chung 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 the whole time.
While others were dressed for the elements.
Dude, it's wet and it's windy and it's cold.
I like the wind is it's story coming.
You like it?
Yeah.
Do you like I like your hat.
Yeah.
I called both Oceanside and Carlsbad Homeless Services. They told me there is no extra procedure for homeless outreach during the rain, but police told me they do ease up on restrictions for areas under high cover so they can stay out of the rain. It was a very wet and windy day today here in Oceanside, but the forecast looks better for the weekend. Reporting live, I'm Alex Cheney. Back over to you.
Looks pretty out there, though. Thanks, Alex. Okay, look, snow is back up on our mountains, and a lot of people made the trip up for a snow day.
News 8's Alex Lai has been up on Mount Laguna all day and joins us now live. Alex, what's it like out there now? Have all the visitors left for the day? Are you the last one there?
Actually, no, we've had a few people driving by. Somebody came out and started throwing snowballs, but after about, I'd probably say 2 minutes, they were like, you know what, I think that's enough. It's cold, it's windy, the snow's really coming down, we're gonna hop back in the car. And honestly, I can't blame them because I think this is probably the hardest we've had the snow come down. We've been here since about 11 in the morning. Now there is some snow all over the roads. It's clearly very dark. And so people, like you said, are really starting to wrap it up. But our journey here today, it started with a very foggy drive and some fun in the snow.
We were gonna meet up with a friend this morning, and she told me that there's snow in Mount Laguna, and we're like 5 minutes. We're like, let's just go. And so we decided to come, and she's on her way. It was like really thought of the moment, but I'm really glad I made that decision.
That's Ellie and her 2 kids enjoying their snow day. However, she did admit she wasn't prepared if the snow really came down.
We have this side, which is probably too small for him, but maybe.
And other people we spoke with visiting from San Diego and Imperial Valley said the same.
I'm sure they're not going to fit her, but at least her hands will be dry.
That's where the Laguna Mountain Lodge and Store comes in. Tom has worked there for 20 years and says families are always rushing in to buy snow gear they may have forgotten and recommends coming prepared.
I'd bring a shovel, bring trash bags, and bring snow chains because you never, even if you get in a situation, you may need them.
Tom says yesterday was one of the first busy days of the season, and today is so-so, but he expects it to pick up soon. He says the area usually starts to see snow around November.
It's been very slow this winter, same as last year. Last year we didn't get snow till end of January, I think it was last year, so the last 2 years have been slow.
Is it a concern for the business?
Oh yeah, it affects everything. It's one of the many seasons we have, so we have to adjust to it.
Well, as you can see, it's really coming down right now. I spoke with our morning meteorologist, Evan Narani, earlier. He said we can expect 1 to 2 inches maximum of snow and rain during the day and night. We're definitely seeing that action come in. However, he did warn that it is going to start warming up this weekend and into early next week. And he said it will likely, all of the snow will have been melted by Tuesday, the latest. So if you are planning your trip up here, please follow all those tips above and also check the weather and the snowfall to make sure that you are getting all of this flurry. I'm going to pass it back to you guys in the studio where hopefully it is a little bit warmer.
I think so. The snow flurries are one thing, but you mentioned when I saw you last hour that it's actually sleeting on you right now, and we can hear the wind gusts.
Yes.
So I'm sure you're happy to be done with your live reporting for today, but really a great picture of what it's like up there.
Yeah, totally. Covered in ice and snow, and you know what? But a little switch up.
All right, you got to mix it up today. Good for you. Alex Lai reporting. A lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, go get warm now. Thanks. And because of this rainy weather, there are more than 150 flight delays at the San Diego International Airport. At least they're contributing to those delays. This is a live look right now. There have also been at least 4 flight cancellations. Be sure to check your flight status before heading out.
And as always, you can find an extended weather forecast on the CBS 8 app. You can stream now for free.
We have an update tonight about a fatal deputy-involved shooting that we brought to you as breaking news last night in San Marcos.
A 33-year-old man was killed after investigators say he refused to drop a weapon.
News 8's Kelly Hessedal reports from San Diego Police Headquarters as SDPD is the lead investigating agency on this case. And a witness paints a pretty scary and graphic picture of what he says happened. Now, investigators say this all started with a traffic stop. Today, we got an up-close look at the car at the center of all this.
New video of a red Hyundai at the center of a deputy-involved shooting in San Marcos last night. You can see inside and outside the car. The doors are riddled with bullet holes. So is the front windshield and the back windshield, too.
There are bullet holes everywhere.
An employee working nearby, who asked we not identify him, says he heard commotion outside around 9 p.m. According to investigators, the deputy pulled over the red car for a vehicle code violation. There was a 21-year-old woman in the driver's seat and a 33-year-old man in the passenger seat. The deputy ran the plates and the VIN number. Things didn't match up. He noticed damage to the steering wheel column and suspected perhaps the car was stolen. He called in backup. More deputies arrived. A Palomar College police officer arrived. Investigators say the male passenger rolled his window up and stopped cooperating, and then reached toward the floorboard and pulled out a semi-automatic handgun. Authorities demanded he drop it. They say he refused.
The deputies were pulling out the female passenger or driver, took her back to the squad car. She was going hysterical during that. After that, there were quite a few officers negotiating with the front right male passenger to put the gun down. Don't do it. It's not worth it.
Investigators say at one point the man began to raise the weapon as deputies were positioned outside the car.
There were like 5 on the sidewalk and 2 sheriffs in front of the vehicle as well.
According to police, 5 deputies and the 1 Palomar police officer shot the man. Investigators say they attempted CPR, but he did not survive. More than 80 evidence markers were on the ground near the car, many of them marked shell casings.
And no other information about the man was released by police. I asked today if a weapon was recovered at the scene. However, police did not provide that information. Kelly Hessedal, News 8.
Thank you, Kelly. Coming up, the speed limit could soon drop on hundreds of San Diego streets.
How is state laws clearing the way for changes? Plus, NASA classifies Boeing's troubled Starliner mission at the highest level of severity, why the agency is comparing it to the past shuttle disasters.